China has ordered the Philippines to remove a grounded warship in the South China Sea. This is after Beijing blocked two Philippine vessels by blasting them with a water cannon. The incident occurred on Saturday near the second Thomas Shoal. This area is claimed by several countries, but it is occupied by the Philippine military. The country's Coast Guard says it was escorting ships with supplies on their way to the shoal when a nearby Chinese Coast Guard ship fired a water cannon at the vessels. The South China Sea is one of the most contested areas in the world and sees more than 1/3 of all global trade pass through its sea lanes. Saturday's incident isn't the first time the Philippines and China has clashed in the South China Sea. For more on the situation, our reporter Jaime Ocon spoke to security expert Ray Powell from the Gordian Knot Center for National Security Innovation based at Stanford University.
I wanted to first start off by asking, how common are incidents like these?
Well, in the Philippine part of the South China Sea, or what they call the West Philippine Sea, they're becoming almost a regular occurrence. So these resupply missions out to Second Thomas Shoal happen every 45 days or so. They bring out fresh troops, they bring out some food and some medicine, those kinds of things that they need out there. And they are being blockaded by a regular, they've got China Coast Guard and Maritime Militia that are stationed out of Mischief Reef, 30 kilometers away. And they are blockading the Philippine outpost and have been actually for over 10 years.
Previously, we've seen China reportedly flash a military-grade laser at a Philippine vessel, and now we're seeing this water cannon incident. What is China hoping to gain from conducting this type of behavior?
Well, ultimately, what they're trying to do is outlast the Philippines at Second Thomas Shoal. The Sierra Madre is an old U.S. World War II ship that they had acquired. So they ran it aground and to serve as their outpost at Second Thomas Shoal. And so Beijing would like that to go away so that they can take control of that shoal. And so what their strategy is essentially to let it decompose. I think that the reason that it has become such a flashpoint is because it is the only place in the South China Sea where one country is blockading another country. So there's no other outpost anywhere where China, in this case, is blockading the Philippines from resupplying its own outpost.
Looking at this footage, you can see the size of this Chinese Coast Guard ship is much bigger than the Philippine vessel, and China has been stepping up its presence in this region. Is there anything that the Philippines can do to prevent accidents or incidents like these from happening?
Yeah, and I think that the Philippines is doing what it can do, and that is to bring this attention very visually and graphically to the world, right? So it is getting a lot of expressions of support from a number of important partners, from the EU to India to Australia. And of course, its US ally has come out repeatedly now to emphasize that an attack on any Philippine vessel or outpost does trigger provisions of the Mutual Defense Treaty between the US and the Philippines. So the Philippines is using its best leverage, which is its treaty alliance with the United States and its international security relationships.
That was Ray Powell, a security expert with the Gordian Knot Center for National Security Innovation at Stanford University, speaking with our reporter Jaime Ocon.